And so Shedeur yesterday, late in the day, the Kevin Stefanski and the Browns named Shedeur as the Brown starter for the rest of this season. And everybody's acting like, oh, look at the oppression Shedeur survived. He earned everything. Nothing was given to him. He just proved what a competitor. No, he didn't. No, he hasn't. Fifth round pick that rode the bench for 6, 7, 8 weeks of the NFL season. Don't whip out your violin. Don't. Nobody knows the trouble Shedeur said. Cut it out. This isn't oppression. He wasn't sitting in the back of the bus. He didn't have water hose sprayed on him. He was treated like a fifth round pick. He's proven nothing so far about his character. Nothing. And I'm not going to apologize for saying that, because when I look at someone like Jalen Hurts, who's the starting quarterback at Alabama, gets benched by Nick Saban, a legendary coach, doesn't go south on the team, comes back in and leads the team, and never comes out of character, that's someone that has proven their high character. Shedeur hasn't done any of that. He's pretended to be a victim while he set the bench behind Joe Flacco and Dylan Gabriel. He's let his fan base smear the reputation of Dylan Gabriel and Kevin Stefanski without saying anything real, defending them and taking the heat off of them. And now that he has a starting quarterback job, and now that he's played one good game against a horrific Tennessee Titans team, I'm not ready to crown Shedeur. I want to show you some rookie stats from Jalen Hurts and from Justin Herbert, the two quarterbacks we just watched tonight, the two quarterbacks that got big contracts, and everyone says, oh, they're talented, they're franchise-type quarterbacks. And I just watched this mess tonight, and I'm talking about from Justin Herbert and Jalen Hurts. I'm like, what have they proven? Who are they? 5, 6 seasons into their NFL career. Who are they? No one knows. No one. It's a 3 to 5 year process, on the field process now in the National Football League for these quarterbacks. Do we have the graphic of theirs? Yeah, these are their best games from their rookie year. And everybody's acting like Shedeur just set the world on fire because the Tennessee Titans, with the second worst or third worst defense in the National Football League, he put up 3 touchdowns, 1 interception, ran for another touchdown, rushed for 29 yards. Well, Jalen Hurts, his rookie year against Arizona, 338 passing yards, 62 rushing yards, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions, rushing TD, passer rating of 102.3. Justin Herbert, what is that, 347 passing yards, 3 TDs, 0 interceptions, a 111 passer rating, 66 rushing yards, a rushing TD. All of those numbers better. And I hear you, well, they were getting first team reps all during training camp, and that, cut it out. These are inexperienced rookies playing, and these guys had their best games earlier in the season than what Shedeur has had. But who cares? That's not my point. My point is, a rookie can show flashes, and people can say, "Oh man, I'm telling you, this guy's got next. He's the next big deal." And we could be 5 years later, and we have no clue. We are now both living in the Shedeur Sanders era. He's been named officially the starter for the Browns the rest of the year. This feels to me like living during Dan Marino's time early in his career, after seeing Shedeur throw for 360 yards against that stout Tennessee Titans defense. Are you as impressed as everybody else with Shedeur's performance against the Tennessee Titans? Are you prepared to live in Shedeur's world?
Whew. I mean, I'm just waiting for him to hold out this offseason for more money. I mean, he's only getting paid like a fifth rounder. I
Yeah.
would not be surprised if that comes sooner rather than later. He needs another strong finish to the season. That will be brought up. I told you I thought you would see ups and downs right? And I'm just, just ride the wave because there's going to be ups. And right now, I mean, he played good. He made some good throws. And he still comes with the antics, right? He's out there. He's got the watch celebration as soon as, and he's getting trolled by the Titans as they're doing it too. That is all what comes with the territory. He loves the microphone in his face. He loves, interacting with the media. He's enjoying the fruits of his labor right now. I would say enjoy it while it lasts because it is a bumpy ride. So we'll see how the season finishes out. It's very clear to me though, like what were you going to do if you're the Browns? Like he did have a good performance. He did play well enough. This is his opportunity, but I this isn't surprising to me. I still thought coming out he could be Geno Smith. Like I think he could be somebody who does play in the league a long time. And Geno Smith had some really good years. But man, Geno Smith is like such a good pro. Have you ever heard Geno Smith talk? He is impressive as it gets. He is not about the flash. He is about being a pro. And he carries himself like a franchise quarterback should. Gives credit to his teammates. He's very buttoned up. Like he is sharp as a quarterback. Go read some of his comments, just like when he was playing with the Seahawks and he had that year when, he had 30 touchdown passes. He is impressive. And he's been through a lot. He's seen a lot. And I think that's where Shedeur is going to learn. There's going to be a lot, and you got to learn how to handle it all. And you got to be ready for the ups and the downs. So I'm ready. It's Shedeur's world. We're just living in it.
I love the Geno comparison because keep in mind, when Geno came into the league, he had a lot of swagger and a little extra to him, and that got knocked out of him. He got embarrassed nationally, and I think he got humbled and kind of reinvented himself. And I think if that happens to Shedeur, if he somehow humbles himself, then yes, he could be Geno Smith, maybe 50, 75 starts in his NFL career, one of these big contracts, $30, $40 million a year. Great. That's, I think, his ceiling, and that's probably a little bit higher. Well, no, it's not. That's about what I thought. If he can tame his personality. I don't think he's going to be able to tame his personality. I don't think he'll ever get humbled. And so I tend to think he's going to be a flash in the pan. And again, did you watch much of this Titans game?
Yeah.
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 I don't see the zip on the football. I see
right.
a guy that floats a lot of passes because he's directing them, trying to make sure it's the most catchable deal in the world. And when he faces a good defense with some disguised zone coverages and a pass rush, just floating the ball out there and, trying to be super duper precise, aiming the football rather than letting it fly. I think what we saw this past weekend was fool's gold. I pointed this out yesterday, Danny. Each team had 15 total drives. That's an anomaly. You don't get that many opportunities. The average this past weekend was 10 total drives for each team. The low was like 7. To get 15 opportunities, that's why he ended up, Tennessee starts relaxing. They got a double-digit lead. And at the very end of the game, he makes some plays. But I'm going to leave Shedeur alone.
When was the last? I have one last question for you.
Yeah.
When was the last time you saw a great quarterback, and whatever you define as great quarterback, at the microphone after a heartbreaking loss, as happy as Shedeur was? Like that to me tells you a lot about the makeup. Like I want to see my quarterback ticked off. He can throw for 400 yards, 500 yards, but you lose, you're upset. And that's the one thing that's kind of concerning. But that is a trend. Again, I think he loves the microphone. I mean, he's 1-2 as a starter. It's about to get real with the Bears, Bills, and Steelers and Bengals to finish out the season. So we'll find out a lot more. But I just think he's got to get a lesson in like awareness of the situation, which the situation's always been about Shedeur.
I think you've nailed it. I think that's a great point that I hadn't gotten to this week, and I'm glad you did. Danny, thank you for the time. We'll see you again next week.